Greetings, bloggers, vloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty with the first edition of 2022's vlog. I welcome everyone. Happy New Year. It's been a great new year, a great first week to the new year, and the promise of a new year is upon us. It's been quite the year, but it's been great. It really has. I've actually gotten back to the gym again, uh, 4 times this week. Pardon me, the trains are going in the background if you hear the noise. But so been to the gym 4 times this week, been trying to eat healthy, been trying to meal plan as much as I can. So I guess you would say that I'm doing the best I can in the new year. I read online where 1% of people who make a New Year's resolution stick with them, and I am so far determined to be that 1%. No matter how much willingness it takes and strive it takes, I am, and I'm doing my part as much as possible to be that 1% and do what is right, and because I know I have to. Um, I got my labs yesterday, and if somebody had seen on if I had posted yesterday about my labs came back a little low. The therapeutic level of one of my medicines is a slightly below the therapeutic level, so I'll be addressing that in a few weeks. But one of the things I learned of the process was that my HDL or good cholesterol is low, so it needs to be higher, and the only way that it can be attacked is by learning how to exercise is exercising and working at losing weight. So something I've already been doing, and thankfully, I'm working at it slowly, day by day as the approach comes. It's not easy sometimes. Every day is a battle, but we're moving forward with it. And also with moving forward is accepting myself for who I am and how I want to live my life, and the whole package deal that comes with me with my autism, my other challenges, and my feelings about myself, my individual feelings about myself, and so forth. That means that, just accepting things for what they are. It's been a new year, and so far, knock on particle, it's been good, and I hope to keep it that way. I don't see nothing wrong with anything going on. I'm doing well. I am sleeping a little bit here and there. It's not excessive for hours on end. So I guess it's curbing the sleep down, and I am sleeping at night. So that does help the situation a lot better. Um, it's been a process, and anybody who knows sleep is a process for anybody who is autistic, and I am no exception. I just guess that learning that I need my medicine to help me aid in that in some way, and it's working to be a progress. It's working on a process of being what it is and how it is and what it needs to work. It just does. It's good. It's okay. So it's a process, and it's taking time. As with anything in the new year, we've had a lot of transitions at the end of 2023, and those for the most part are learning to be well and working well. Um, I would say that, I'm working personally on some things around social pragmatics and learning how to navigate a new system that is challenging, a little challenging at times, but I know that I have support there along the way, and they are helping me along with that. But it's very important for me to be responsible and do my part and follow through with the treatment and recommendations of treatment. One of those last week was the fact of going to the gym when I become drowsy and tired. And yesterday that did happen, and I did go. Now, granted, I can't always go at that said time, and mostly it's with the daylight, being out in the daylight. There's just not that I like. I'm like a vampire, and I don't like if I'm like somebody who's terrified of the daylight. It's just I don't feel comfortable in it and being out in it unless by myself, so I don't go. Now, granted, it's something that where there is more daylight coming. I think within the past week, just with through this and that and the other thing, it has gotten better. But we planned for it. We planned for our meals. we eat more indoors, and we don't I haven't ate out as much nearly as much as what I've have the last all this year. So that in of itself is a kudos for myself. And just trying to be the best that I can be and try to work with being who I am. But it's also realizing there's not everything's going to be perfect in life, and there's always going to be an issue, or there's going to be times when you fall off the wagon, but you must remember to pick yourself back up immediately and get back on track as quickly as you can, so that you don't so that the spiral doesn't keep on spiraling out of control. I think that's the challenging part with me is the fact that it starts and then it start to go off track, and then it can if I don't get it under control and get back under control, then it gets out of control and it spins and spins and spins and spins out of control until it gets worse. So knowing what those consequences are, understanding and accepting what those consequences are, and knowing that I don't want to go with those consequences, makes me want to strive and do better and be better at what I do and be the person that many know I can be this year. It also calls for the fact that I need to know that, I am who I am, and I'm stronger and braver and more courage and courageous than I think I am, and know that I can accomplish so much in life if I let myself be that way. And I need to pat myself on the back once in a while and remember all the good things I've done in my life, and not at the little itty bitty things of life, the little frustrations, because that's where it gets started. It gets irritating and frustrating. Is those little things when they don't go right, or when they don't go the right way. That's when it starts to spiral. And if I don't get myself back on track right away, then that's where it lies within it to make it worse and worse and worse, and then it won't come back around. So that's a whole different thing, I guess. That's where the challenges lie within, and I guess that's where I have to work on myself to better myself and get myself back on track. It takes a lot to get back on track, I know it does, but within time I know I can do it, and I'm working better at it. I know I am. I could very well be laying in bed right now, or be very frustrated with myself, but I'm up, I'm moving, and I'm going around and I'm doing things. Now, that granted, I nothing is, like I said, nothing is perfect. Nothing's gonna go exactly according to plan, and you're not gonna follow through. But understanding and accepting what is necessary to be done and getting back on track, um, when you're having these issues or having these challenges, and getting back on track is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself, and that's showing that at least you're determined and want to to do something about it. It's something that you want to accept and be a part of. It's very challenging. Life is challenging, and not following through with a regimen that you need to follow through when it spirals out of control can be very challenging. And it was very challenging for a very long time before I accepted it, along with my autism and everything else in the world, and what is and what can't be. And accepting that there's parts of what I didn't like about what I like, what my behaviors were happening to me because I wasn't taking care of myself. And now they're mellowed down to an acceptable to where I can be, where I can accept them for me and accept myself for who I am. So that I think that's very important when we look at that, because it's very important to be mindful that we may want things, but we can't have them to the extreme, and we can't have them to the want and the need that we think we need them to be. We have to understand that you know, even though we may enjoy certain things to the extreme, sometimes we get too fascinated or too obsessed over them that they outspiral our life, and then that's when things that we're not taking care of. At least I'm not taking care of myself in a way that it gets out of control, and then it's unable to be salvaged, and think other facets of my life become less caring and less abilified. So I think that that's part of it, is accepting, yeah, I do have challenges, and yeah, I do have things I like, but there has to be a limit and an acceptance of where that lies within. It's just very important to accept that. Now, I do want to do new things in 2024, and so in order to do that, I need to be on my best mind and my best caring self. That's where it lies within too, because it's all about managing yourself in a way that you can take care of yourself, and get your adequate rest, and get your adequate care for yourself in the best way that you can. Not allowing yourself to do that is only setting yourself up for failure. It just doesn't work, and I've seen it time and time again. And finally, I'm seeing that it's not where it should be, where it hasn't been for a very long time. And I think the blood work is proving that in some instances. So having to get myself back on track, is where I need to be. Um, you know, and I think too, having a voice about it. So if something's working and something ain't broke, then why would you fix it? It's just, it's not that bad if it's not broke, then why would you fix it? Or if you think if it's working for you, and I think this is something I was told in a very small two-room, in a very small clinic when I went there after residential almost over 20 years ago, from the doctor I did have in residential, and I met with him in a close clinic. Um, he said, if you don't rock the boat. And it was always set in my mind. If something's working, and it is working, then don't rock the boat. Why would you want to work for things that may be more challenging down the road, or may cause additional problems, or may, if they're minor in nature and they're not really that bothersome, and you can get yourself back on track, then why rock the boat? Why would you want to push yourself out of a way that it just doesn't have to be? It's just something that you don't need. And if you're fighting, if you think, if you feel, or if you feel that it makes you feel it's going to cause more challenges for you, then why would you do it? If you know what you need to do, and you're working at doing what you need to do, then why can't you just do what you need to do, and be be happy with the way things are? I think I'm doing great right now, and I've been really good compared to the last few months and years, and I want to continue going that way. And things are working well. I'm doing really well. And I think everybody's starting to see that. So, um, you know, we'll see how that goes. But that's what we think about. So, um, but we're working to have a better new year, and I'm working at bettering myself this year. I know that the cholesterol is a thing, so on the wellness front, so we are going to work at that this year because it is important. And I do want to work at losing weight for real this time, and see how things really go with the medication being at their level that they are now, and trying to at least try to get back at losing weight on my own again. So with the right way. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to this new year, and I'm looking forward to the promises that the new year brings upon us. So with that said, I want to thank you for listening. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Dustin's Dynasty. I'm on the web at DustinsDynastyUSA.com, and I'm on Linktree that handles Dustin's Dynasty. Be sure, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I want to thank you again for listening. Take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.